Namaskar and welcome to Sahaseli Podcast. I'm your host Chitra, and let's talk about the security. Means behind the locks, are we really safe? So every night before sleeping, we lock our doors, we check the windows. Some of us have security cameras, some have alarms, and some live behind gated communities. Some even have our own weapons for protection. But have you ever wondered, with all these locks, walls, alarm, cameras, fences, and security systems around us, are we actually becoming safer? Or are we simply becoming more afraid? Means, let's talk about it. Think about a simple situation. The doorbell rings, and years ago, many families would simply open the door. Today, what do? First, we look through the peek hole or check the camera and ask who is it. And yeah, so means if it is someone unknown, many of us don't open the door at all. A beggar, salesperson, stranger asking for help, most of the time we ignore them. Not because we are bad people, because we have been taught to be careful, and maybe we have reasons to be careful. Uh, but that also tells us something important about our society, that trust is disappearing. I often think about my childhood. Many of us grew up playing outside for hours. Our parents didn't know or didn't always know exactly where we are. And somehow everyone felt responsible for everyone's children. These days, things are different. Many parents don't allow their children to play outside alone. I, I didn't either. So, not because I wanted to control them, but because the world feel less predictable. So, we worry about traffic, we worry about strangers, we worry about bullying, and we worry about things we never thought about before. So, children stay indoors, safer perhaps, but are they freer? That is difficult question. So, whenever society or Western society feels unsafe, the first response is build bigger walls, install better locks, more cameras, more security, create more restrictions. And yes, these things help. Means mainly, main thing is whoever can afford them is will feel safe, and rest of them, if you're poor, you just die. So I'm not against safety measures. Laws exist for a reason, police exist for a reason, security system exists for a reason. But sometimes I wonder if we are treating only the symptoms and not the disease. If a neighborhood become unsafe, we build fences, but do we ask why it become unsafe at first place? uh, what if we had chosen another direction? Imagine a society where we spend as much energy building trust as we spend building security systems. A society where honesty is rewarded, where integrity matters, where children learn empathy, where people are taught responsibility toward others, where crimes are dealt with quickly and fairly, where the innocent feel protected and where the guilty feel worried. Today, if often means it often feels reversed. Means good people are constantly adjusting their lives, changing routes, adding cameras, installing alarms, and being cautious. So, meanwhile, criminals sometimes walk around with little fear of consequences. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Means, shouldn't the honest citizen feel free, and shouldn't the wrongdoer be the one looking over their shoulder? Means, I remember discussing this once with someone, and I spoke about teaching values, responsibility, trust, and character. And that person laughed as if the idea itself uh, was unrealistic. And maybe that reaction says something about where we are. Our education system teaches many things, mainly how to get a job, how to earn money, how to compete. All important things, but how much time do we spend teaching people how to be human, how to handle anger, how to respect others, how to disagree without hatred, how to care about people who are different from us, and how to build communities, how to trust. And these lessons rarely appear on report cards. Yet they may be the most important lessons of all. So, there is something strange happening in modern society. Human beings have achieved incredible things. Uh, we have advanced technologies, artificial intelligence, space exploration, instant communication, medical breakthroughs. Yet, anxiety, loneliness, depression, social isolation continue to rise because we cannot even mingle with each other in our neighborhood. So, uh, and we also carry emotional burdens, stress, fear, comparison, isolation. The more connected we become digitally, the more disconnected many people feel emotionally, and that should make us pause and think. Trust cannot exist without accountability. A society does not become safe simply because people are good. It becomes safe because good behavior is encouraged and harmful behavior has consequences. Justice matters, not revenge. Justice, fair and consistent consequences. When people believe rules are applied equally, trust grows. When people believe wrong actions have no consequences, trust disappears. And once trust disappears, locks multiply, walls become taller, and fear becomes normal. So the question is, what kind of society are we building? Means there was a vision of society in Bharat where the natural assumption was that people are good. A society guided by trust, character, and the timeless principle of Atithi Devo Bhava. The guest is like God. But the trust was never meant to be blind or helpless. Our civilization stories remind us that if someone misused the trust, society did not celebrate or protect wrongdoing. When Ravan chose the path of arrogance, abduction, and adharma, his entire power and kingdom could not save him from the consequences of his actions. That is the kind of society I'm talking about, a society that welcomes goodness, the firmly defeats it. And the same principle applies to the dignity and safety of women. What kind of society do we need? A society where every woman is respected, valued, and protected. A society where we insult, exploitation, or harm against a woman is treated as a serious wrong against the moral fabric of society itself. So, Mahabharata teaches us a powerful lesson when dignity of women was violated uh, and many chose silence. The result was great conflict and changed history. The message is clear: injustice against women cannot be ignored, excused, or hidden. So we need a society where those who disrespect women face swift and certain justice. A society where wrongdoers are held accountable and where those who knowingly support, enable, or protect such wrongdoing are also answerable for their actions. A society where good people feel secure, women walk without fear, children grow up with confidence, guests are uh, welcomed with warmth, and where anyone who chose the path of wrongdoing knows that justice will prevail. This is the kind of society what striving for. So we need practical safety and we need stronger communities, laws and values, security systems, uh, and we need human connection, the most importantly, because no law can replace trust and no wall can replace a healthy society. So, as we end today's episode, I want to think about a simple question. if tomorrow every lock in your neighborhood disappears, what would make you feel safe, the lock or the people? Perhaps the real measure of society is not how strong its doors are, but how much its people trust one another. Uh,
Thank you for joining me today on Saheli podcast. If this conversation made you think, share it with your friends and family and let us know your thoughts. Until next time, keep creating, keep questioning, and keep inspiring. This is Chitra signing off from Saheli. Namaste. Ram Ramji.